Hi, I'm Marie Ballinger, and today I'm going to be showing you how to tighten a climbing harness and all the parts of a climbing harness that you'll need to know for your next climbing adventure. Today I'm joined here by my assistant, Bradley. He's going to be helping me show you how to help somebody who is new to the climbing harness or to the climbing world how to safely put on his harness. So first, we'll start off by explaining. You just simply put it on like a pair of pants. Perfect. Alrighty here. And if your climber is not fully comfortable with tightening their own harness, you can try to not be super invasive, but still be helpful. So we're going to explain this part right here and flush to the body to make sure there's no gaps. And we're going to tighten it right here and on the other side. So first I'll tell you how it's supposed to fit, and then I'll explain all the different parts of the harness. So you'll want it to sit right on your hip bone, not any higher, not any lower, because the hip bones are the strongest part of your at the center of your body. And so if, for instance, he is climbing and he falls while on belay, we want the pressure to go straight to his hip bones. That way there's not any internal damage or pain, and if it's too low, that can also cause some discomfort as well. So now that we've gotten the waist belt nice and tight, we're going to go down and focus on the leg loops. And so we're going to make sure these are nice and tight and comfortable, not too tight to where they're constricting him or prohibiting him from moving too much, but just enough to where he feels secure, especially if this is a new climber. And so if you want to go ahead and give us a spin. Thank you. Perfect. Nice on the hip bones. Keep spinning. Thank you. All right. Alrighty, now the next part, I'm going to explain each parts of these harness. That way you can know, and you can explain to your climber, whoever you're leading, the parts that they know. That way they feel safe and comfortable and at ease for their next climbing adventure. So the first part we're starting with is our automatic double-backed loops. Now these loops will not come untied. This is actually a pretty new invention, and they loosen and tighten extremely easy, and this end will never come out of these buckles. So this will stay double backed. And we also have the same type of buckle on the leg loop, easily to loosen and easy to tighten. Now we're going to talk about these two loops right here. They're called our tie-in loops, and this is where you would put in your tie-in rope, pull your figure eight follow-through knot, and then your stopper knot in a belay or climbing scenario. So this is your tie-in loop, these two loops right here. And then, if you want to give me a spin, please. Next we have our gear loops right here. These are simply for extra rope, carabiners, water bottles maybe, or just some extra gear. These are not weight bearing, so you wouldn't want to put anything that is relying on this being solid. These are simply for gear or things of that nature. If you want to, for our elastic straps, these are to just provide a little bit more comfort with these leg loops. Now if you want to turn around to the front, please. Thank you. Now, as I was saying about these leg loops, these are just for more comfort, and they add a bit more stability. The next part we're going to move on to is our belay loop. This is the star of the show. This is where you would clip in your ATC, your gree-gree, any kind of belay device, and this is the strongest part of your harness. So that is how you help a climber that is new to the climbing world, and how you help them feel comfortable with wearing the harness. That way they can confidently start their climbing journey. Now, if you yourself are new to the climbing world, I'm going to show you how to put the harness on yourself and how to make sure you're tightened and comfortable for your next climbing trip. So, first of all, just like I said to my model, you just slip them on like a pair of pants, starting with the waist belt. And earlier, like I said, you just tighten it to fit onto your hip bone, nice and tight like this. Now, I didn't show you this before with my assistant. It's a little bit easier to show up and do it on yourself. The way you know that this is tight enough is you stick two fingers into to your waist belt. And if you can't turn your finger without it overlapping itself, that's how you know that you're good. Now, of course, you tighten these just like I did on my model. Same with the leg loops. And make sure that these waistbands are not tangled and they're nice and flush. You're ready to go. Thanks so much for watching my tutorial on how to help a climber put on their own climbing harness or to put on your own climbing harness. I hope you learned something great and go get your next climbing adventure.